So we've created the master page with the header, footer and menu. We're now going to go into an actual web page, the home page, and the actual web pages are at the top. Remember, the master page is just a design that every web page has. You can actually see it working here. There's the master page, which we did earlier. If I go back to the plan page, I can actually create another page, web page. If I click on this plus here, and you can see it looks exactly the same as the master page. In other words, the header and footer and the menu are copied across. Let's go into the home page. So I just click, sorry, I'll do that again. I want to go into the home page. So I'm here, hover over the top, double click on it, puts me into design view, and now I'm going to add some text that I've been given. On the left hand side, you've got these icons. You can add shapes, you can change things, you can magnify, and you've got this select tool, but the one I'm looking for is text. And what you do is you just click on it and you drag what's called a text frame. It's a box that allows you to put text in. You can see the footer moves down as I move the box. I don't need to get it exactly right because the frame for the text actually is a bit, let me just click on this select. I'm going to move it down a little bit from the menu. Whoops. And get it, click on it, just move it down a little and move it over to the side. I'm going to make it just wide enough so it matches these first two columns, these two guide blue lines. In fact, I want to move it over just there. So I've got it there. I've got a little bit of space because I'm going to put something else here. And I'm just going to put my text in there. It's a frame to put text in. Go to the place where you got your text. You could type it in, but I'm lazy. And I've got computer crazy homepage text. The text they want on the homepage. It's in a Word document. I just highlight it and copy it all. I'm just going to do Control and C to copy it. I go back to my text frame, click in the text frame, make sure I'm in it. And as I'm in it, the cursor changes, gets this bar symbol, and it starts flashing. Control V to paste. And I've got all my text in. So that's my home page text. I'll change the look and feel of it in a moment, but first of all I want something on the sidebar, this thing on the right, the sidebar of the web page. I'm going to do the same thing. If you can remember how to put a text frame in, click on the text icon and then just draw your frame roughly where you think the text is going to go. Remember, you can adjust it later. Click on the select icon because I want to adjust it and just pull it over. So that's where I'm going to put my sidebar text. I've been given that as well, so I go and find it. If I can find it, this is it. It's about there. They've got a game called Dishonored 2, which is their game of the week, and they want it in the sidebar, so I'm just going to copy all that lovely text again. I hate typing. Double click in my text frame so you can see the cursor's changed. Control V to paste. Okay, so I'm getting there. Now I'm going to tidy everything up. First of all, let's go back to this text which describes the company on the home page. This first line I want to be a header, so I just click here. I'm going to put a space between it. I'm going to highlight it because it's a header. I want it to stand out. I want it to be larger. I've highlighted it. Now to change the text in Muse, you've got one of these panels again on the right. This one's the text panel. This one I'm hovering on. If you can't see it, remember, how do you show a panel? You go over to the window and you go down, whoops, the window, and there's one called text. But mine's already showing, so I'm going to go into it. I click once on there, I get this little pop-out menu, and there's lots of little options to change in the text. First of all, I'm going to make it larger. So where it's got this size, I'm going to make it about 24. That looks okay. I'm going to enter the text. I've got these things here. I'm going to align it to the center of that box. Looking good. I'm going to make it bold, which is this T symbol here. And now I'm going to change the color. I want it to look a bit like this header, sort of strange red. So I drop down. I've already got some that I've used earlier. This sort of color might work. I'm going to just click on that. It's not ideal, but it'll do. So now let's just close this a moment. I've got my header in a different color, larger text. It's standing out. I want a header for this game of the week on the side. I've got the name Dishonored 2, but I'm going to type something in which is game of the week because this is the game they're promoting in this particular week on the website. I want both of those things to look the same roughly, so I'm going to highlight them again. If you remember how to do this, I'm going to change the text, click on it, pop-out menu. I'm going to make it exactly the same as the other one. So 20. Actually, no, I'm going to make it slightly smaller because it's a sidebar. 18. I do want it centered, and I do want the same colour. Close that. Let's have a look at it. That looks okay. So I've put in the text, and I've changed the header and the footer. We are going to put some images in to break this up, but why don't you go off and do the same thing to your web page? Put in the explanatory text here, put the sidebar text in, and then change the two headers. So go off and do that now.